KUAM TV8, home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6th, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
On KUAM News Primetime. How do defense actions spur economic development? Critical discussions continue here in Tumon. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with Day 2 of the historic Guam Defense Forum. Is the next Guam Department of Education superintendent already a done deal? Education officials respond directly to lawmakers' concerns. More on the selection process coming up.
Guam's favorite food festival returns with chefs, students, and farmers teaming up to spotlight sustainability and local ingredients. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with what was cooking at Mila and Chesa. Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks for ending your day with us. On Day 2 of the Guam Defense Forum, the focus turned to how defense spending shapes the island's economy. Mitsuki Hirayama was there and brings us the highlights, including remarks from the Lieutenant Governor. The second day of the Guam Defense Forum shifted the conversation from security strategy to economic impact. Billions of dollars will be invested into Guam to include funding for the relocation of Marines from Okinawa, the 360-degree missile defense system, and other significant military construction across various installations. But that same investment must be made into the civilian infrastructure, according to Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio.
And if Guam infrastructure isn't strong, then the military mission here in Guam is not strong. So there has to be growth on both sides. Billions of dollars has been already invested in defense programming on Guam, and rightfully so. But we also, of course, need that same kind of investment to make the power grid more resilient, to be able to address affordable housing, to make sure that we have clean water, and also to make sure that the roads are adequate.
Panels of local leaders laid out how military projects on the island reach far beyond defense. In one session called Economic Forecasts, How Defense Actions Spur Economic Development, panelists examined how military infrastructure and procurement bring jobs and revenue to the island. Christina Garcia is the administrator for the Guam Economic Development Authority.
With this military buildup, we are working closely to ensure that our small businesses are aware of that opportunity, taking advantage of that opportunity. We're listening to them on what the needs are.
Guam Community College President Dr. Mario Cota stressed the importance of preparing the workforce for jobs tied to defense.
We need to really encourage students at much younger ages, not wait till they get to high school, to identify what opportunities are available for them. So if we're not completely ready, we need to get ready.
While defense spending does boost the economy, economist Dr. Roseanne Jones from the University of Guam says the challenge is keeping that investment here.
So for every dollar in defense spending, we retain 0.75, which means, this may sound good, but it means that we're not fully maximizing that. We're losing this leakage there. And we can see where the leakage is. It's our supplies that have to be brought in to support the military buildup. And also our leakage of perhaps inefficient workforce or lack of workforce.
Guam Chamber of Commerce Chair Teo adds the true measure of the economic impacts from the military buildup can be seen when jobs stay local.
We could have many companies come here and do a lot of the jobs here, but if all that money is going outside the island, I don't think that's really improving conditions for them. When we have companies that come here, hire local people, spend that investment into improving the island, I think, and providing that job and providing government revenues all at the same time. I think that's the true indication of the benefits of the bill.
Meantime, the Lieutenant Governor emphasizes that defense investments need to translate into lasting benefits for island residents, which will ultimately boost national defense.
I expect to see more strategy coming out as a result of the engagements, but also it's on our opportunity to showcase how the investment in Guam's community really does result in an effective defense of the entire nation.
Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
And now to an important update on this year's defense spending. Guam will be seeing less than half of what Congressman James Moylan previously claimed was secured under the House version of the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2026. Moylan had touted $3 billion in direct investments for Guam, but the actual amount is now at $1.3 billion following a correction from his office. Following KUAM's request for clarification, a revised press release strikes out a statement that the bill allocated $1.17 billion for family housing to be executed in FY26. KUAM had found that the FY26 House NDAA does not include that allocation. An additional statement regarding a, quote, pilot program to expedite environmental and historic preservation reviews for MILCON projects has also been striked out. In response, his office said, quote, the discrepancy between the initial release and the updated figure comes from how certain funding are categorized. The NDAA includes both FY26 appropriations, projects funded for execution this fiscal year, and multi-year authorizations, legal authority for projects that may be executed over several years. Some of the same projects appear in both categories, which can create the impression of a larger single-year total if they are combined. Moylan's office says this clarification is not a reduction in funding, saying, quote, nothing was stricken from the bill. All provisions remain in place and additional projects are authorized to continue in future years. Well, in other news, the current superintendent of the Guam Department of Education is set to step down on December 31st. And with the search for a new person to take the helm of the island's largest government agency underway. But has the Guam Education Board already predetermined their pick? It's a question lawmakers had during a public hearing with education officials. Here's more.
As Dr. Kenneth Swanson's role as Guam Department of Education superintendent draws to a close, the search for his successor is officially underway. The job announcement opening back in August is slated to close this Friday, September 19th. In the meantime, education officials were called before lawmakers Wednesday to answer questions about the selection process. Committee Oversight Chair on Education, Senator Vince Borja.
There obviously has been some concern in the community. We've received not just myself, but some of my colleagues have received, some concerns raised in regards to the process. There's been some claims and some rumors in regards to the process being set up to be in favor of specific people. And again, I think just to at least for you to share with my colleagues and for the listening community on just kind of how the process looks like now, some reassurances that the process is going to be fair.
Guam Education Board Chair Angel Sablan pushing back, insisting there has been no pre-selection or predetermination of the next superintendent, who is expected to begin on January 1st.
We haven't even come to that point because the application period does not end till a day after tomorrow. So even as chair, I don't know who the applicants are. Only it'll be opened on the 19th, and there's only two people that have keys to that box, and that's our HR administrator, Mrs. Ada, and our search committee chairperson, which is Member Maria Gutierrez. Other than that, there is no other member that knows who all these applicants are. And I can say that there are, yes, I've heard rumors about who's going to be or what, but that's all that they are.
Sablan reminding the community that it takes 6 votes from the 9-member board to select the next superintendent.
Even when in Dr. Swanson's case, during the selection, and every other previous superintendent at that, it took a while to settle on who that superintendent is going to be because they had to go different times because you couldn't get the 6 votes to get that person on board. And in this case, like I said, I don't know who the applicants are.
He also responded to speculation that some board members may be interested in applying for the job, a matter now before the island's Attorney General and the Guam Civil Service Commission.
Now, I can't stop anybody from applying, but I can certainly determine that if the law says this is the way it is, there's no conflict of interest. The Civil Service Commission says you can, as a member of the board, be a superintendent unless you're out of the board for a year before you come back in, then that's the way it's going to be. We're going to follow the law.
Still, Sablan warning that even with the green light, the move would raise serious conflict of interest issues.
Every member of the board, including me, is going to have a conflict of interest in selecting that person because we all sit on the same board. I would have to recuse myself because I know the person. And so when that happens, who's going to select the superintendent? I mean, if they're worth whatever they are, they would have to recuse themselves if they have a member of a sitting board apply for the position, because we're going to be biased. No matter what anybody says, we're going to be biased because that person is sitting next to me or attending our meetings.
Meantime, the chair updating that the board currently has 8 voting members. He also adds that the AG's opinion is still pending. The deadline to apply for superintendent remains on September 19th.
A Manila man accused of stealing a rental car is now facing a long list of charges crimes police say stretch back to May. 40-year-old Juan Acosta de Leon Guerrero Jr. has been charged in 4 separate cases, among them attempted murder, home invasion, theft, strangulation, and assault. Court documents say in May, de Leon Guerrero allegedly broke into a Sinahan home with a weapon and attacked a man inside. Weeks later, he reportedly punched another man in the face in Manila and in a separate case choked a woman while yelling that he wanted her to die. Over the weekend, police say he stole a 2024 Toyota Corolla from a yard in Manila. Days later, officers spotted the vehicle, but he fled, abandoning the car in a Winchell's parking lot. When police finally stopped him, they found the Corolla's key inside his backpack. If convicted on all charges, de Leon Guerrero could face 64 years behind bars. He remains jailed on more than $10,000 in cash bail. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Threads Guam Thursdays, presented to you by Threads Guam. Visit threadsguam.com to shop online.
Go left. Better? Go right. How about now? Still nothing. Uh-oh.
Tired of unreliable satellite internet? Switch to GTA Air Fiber. Faster and more affordable than Starlink. Get blazing speeds up to 500 Mbps for just $70 a month with no equipment to buy, free professional installation, and Plume Home Pass Wi-Fi included. Built for Guam, backed by award-winning local support. GTA Air Fiber. Ditch the dish and make the switch.
Sometimes parenting can be hard. What should I be doing? The Guam Early Learning Council includes partners who can provide you with early childhood services and supports. We are here to assist. For resources and information, simply call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays. Early connection can change everything.
GU Self-Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Pines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas, and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access. GU Self-Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Welcome back to Primetime. Repairs are underway at Ipan Beach Park in Talafofo, with nearly $70,000 in federal funds going toward fixing what Typhoon Mawar tore apart. But one of the park's most heavily used features, the restrooms, didn't make FEMA's list. Jonah Gincharfres has more.
Ipan Beach Park in Talafofo is finally getting long-awaited Typhoon Mawar repairs. The over $69,000 FEMA-funded project includes restoring pavilions, bollards, and even installing new barbecue pits.
It's a park that's out there, seen by the public every day. Anybody that traverses Route 4, it's right there. So the project that's being done now is under FEMA, funded by FEMA, but the thing is, it's only for damages done from the typhoon and to bring it back to pre-Mawar conditions.
But according to the Department of Parks and Recreation Director Angel Sablon, FEMA only covers what was documented as storm damage. That means the park restrooms, already in poor condition, aren't part of the current scope of work.
So even myself, I said, why? We have some chips here, we have broken tables there, but FEMA claims those weren't because of the typhoon. Those were because of, let's say, lack of maintenance, or they were there before the typhoon. So those won't even be funded by FEMA.
So what is being funded? The barbecue pits, a pair of pavilions which were totally gone, and signage. A DPR contracted Quang Sheng Construction Inc., which estimates the work will take 2 to 3 months.
As far as the restroom or adding some more enhancements, although we wish we could do it, it's not just possible under FEMA guidelines or FEMA funding.
DPR officials say they recognize the need and will continue looking for ways to improve bathroom facilities. For now, the restrooms stay open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., thanks to Mayor Vicente Taidegui, who volunteers to open, clean, and close them daily.
The reason why they're closed is because, for safety reasons, we don't want people to be coming in there while there's construction materials or debris that's hanging around there.
The project is one of several FEMA-backed efforts to bring Guam's parks back to pre-Mawar condition. Sablon excited as it all comes to fruition.
We have quite a few in the ringer. We have the Isla Veterans Memorial. We have the Isla Potguan. We have Angel Santos Memorial Park. We have San Antonio Bridge, Serena. We have Vietnam Memorial up in Humatak. We have Seti Bay and Seja Bay. They're all ready to go. And in fact, some of them already have contractors that have been selected and will be starting the job there. Garo Cave, not the cave, but the monument in Alahan, and also the Salaglula pool, the Inalahan pool, has already started some of the renovation. These are all FEMA projects. But I just want the public to know that even though we want enhancement to these projects, the FEMA funding is only for bringing it back to pre-Mawar conditions.
For Ipan beachgoers, that means a refreshed space, minus the much-needed restroom upgrades. Sablon hoping the project will be complete in 30 days. Jonah Gincharfres, KUAM News.
GURA's deputy director has earned high marks from the agency's Board of Commissioners. Fernando Estevez received an overall, quote, outstanding rating in his 2025 performance evaluation. The board approved the evaluation report Tuesday, which comes with a 2% salary adjustment. Estevez had a base salary of just over $96,000 as of June 30th, in addition to more than $24,000 for his concurrent role as grant manager for Guam's Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program. The evaluation measured 13 factors, with nearly all commissioners rating Estevez outstanding across the board. The exception was Commissioner Victor Torres, who gave mostly, quote, highly satisfactory marks, but still concluded Estevez deserved the overall outstanding rating. Meanwhile, GURA's executive director Elizabeth Napoli was rated highly satisfactory, but her evaluation report was tabled for a later meeting and under a standing resolution. Her position is not eligible for performance-based salary rate adjustments. Napoli's base pay was more than $170,000 as of June 30th.
Guam Power Authority's proposal to raise base rates won't be heard this month by the Public Utilities Commission. PUC Chief Administrative Law Judge Fred Horecki confirmed the petition is off the agenda. The base rate increases were originally expected to take effect in September to help pay for costs associated with the new Ukadu power plant in Dedido. But a new issue at the facility unrelated to a previous steam turbine problem has delayed its full commissioning. The PUC is Guam's rate-setting body. And the base rate is one of two major parts of your bill. The other is the LIAC, which fluctuates with fuel costs. Last month, the LIAC dropped from 20.8 cents per kilowatt hour to 15.5 cents, cutting an average residential bill by about $53. Now, if approved, the base rate hike would add around $30 to the monthly bill for customers using 1,000 kilowatt hours, including a $5 hike in the customer charge. GPA is still seeking approval from the Consolidated Commission on Utilities to proceed with contractual options for the power plant, which will be taken up in their work session this week. Now to an update on the new Ukadu power plant. Full commissioning, originally expected by September 30, may now be pushed back. Best case scenario, it could happen by November 30th or possibly as late as December 31st. At a Guam Power Authority work session Thursday morning, General Manager John Beneventi updating that combustion turbine number 3 failed on August 21st. He noted there is an action plan in place, including shipping the generator rotor via air freight to Sweden for repair. In the meantime, Beneventi says GPA is working on an agreement that would, among other things, allow Ukadu to operate at about 2/3 capacity, around 120 megawatts, at no cost to GPA. Beneventi added that negotiations are ongoing with focus on savings and protecting ratepayers.
I don't want the people going to be anxious about. My point is that they will get it fixed. We will get the commissioning. We will be into the savings period, and if they don't, then they'll pay the price through the performance, right? So, but yeah, I will prefer that the CCU at least agree, and then I can proceed to the PUC. That's why I'm trying to negotiate this up front so that we can both have the opportunity to save the ratepayers money, and for GUP and Dusan to, in good faith, showing their commitment to help the people of Guam and get this thing done.
Meantime, the general manager hopes to get updates as early as Tuesday. Well, are you a high school junior or senior ready to lead, create, and serve? The KUAM Care Force is looking for purpose-driven students to become the next Giving Tuesday Spark ambassadors for the 2025-2026 school year.
This one-of-a-kind youth leadership program blends hands-on training in journalism, storytelling, and digital content creation with a mission of service. Spark ambassadors will not only learn how to tell powerful stories, but also plan and execute a service event alongside the KUAM Care Force for Giving Tuesday, a global day of giving this December. And the journey doesn't stop there. In 2026, ambassadors will have the opportunity to create their very own podcast featured on KUAM platforms. It's a chance for Guam's future leaders to shine, showcasing compassion, creativity, and community impact. From acts of kindness to service projects, Spark ambassadors will carry the message of giving across the island. Applications are now open at KUAM.com. The deadline to apply is September 26th at 5 p.m. Don't miss this opportunity to make a difference and spark change. Again, juniors and seniors, apply today at KUAM.com and be part of something bigger than yourself.
National headlines when primetime returns.
Get ready, Guam! Kmart's turning the big 3-0, and this anniversary celebration is bigger than ever. Free prizes, big raffles, hot deals, oh, the party's everywhere at Kmart. From pantry staples to daily essentials, save big with new low prices. And with surprises popping up throughout the store, there's always something to make you say, oh! Kmart Guam, celebrating 30 years with savings, surprises, and fun for everyone. Oh, it's on, Guam.
It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce. It's happened. The gold mine of McDonald's chicken has been struck. Added to your snack wrap and McCrispy and made for dipping. It's special edition gold sauce.
Welcome back to Primetime. President Trump heads to the United Kingdom today for his second state visit. Trade will be on the agenda, and the president could avoid planned protests, unlike his first visit. While at home, American consumers await a decision that could affect what and how they buy goods as Congress deals with a looming shutdown.
President Trump heading to Great Britain, where he is expected to be met with pomp and protests. A huge security operation is taking place across the UK. Boats patrol the Thames, while at Windsor Castle, armed guards walk the grounds. This will be Trump's second visit, the first American president to be asked back twice for a state visit.
It's the first time this has ever happened where somebody was honored twice, so it's a great honor. And this one's at Windsor.
He will spend most of his time at Windsor Castle, far from the planned protests in London.
Up there also on trade. They want to see if they can refine the trade deal a little bit. We made a deal.
Most of the president's other tariffs this year remain in legal limbo back home. The Supreme Court will take up a major case this fall on his unilateral use of tariffs.
That's a very vital case for the success of our country.
While the president is across the pond, the Federal Reserve is expected to lower interest rates tomorrow. For months, he has pushed Fed Chair Jerome Powell to more aggressively cut.
And I think they should listen to smart people like me.
Among those on the board that will decide, his newly confirmed pick for Federal Reserve Governor, Stephen Myron, but also on Lisa Cook, who President Trump tried firing in an effort to install more politically friendly allies on the Board of Governors. Just last night, though, a federal appeals court ruled firing her would violate the Federal Reserve Act. Cutting interest rates would give the American consumer more buying power in the short term, but at a time of still great economic uncertainty ahead and a potential looming government shutdown. And today, House Republicans introduced a spending bill that would avert a government shutdown at the end of September and keep the government running until at least mid-November. It adds money for security, but not for health care, a major sticking point for Democrats, which could very well mean this could lead to a bruising fight ahead on Capitol Hill. In Washington, Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News.
Tyler Robinson, the man authorities believe assassinated political activist Charlie Kirk last week, appeared in court for the first time on Tuesday. This comes as officials are sharing new details about messages exchanged between Robinson and his roommate.
Tyler James Robinson,
the suspect in the killing of Charlie Kirk, facing a Utah judge for the first time. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson appearing remotely from jail as the judge read off 7 felony counts, including aggravated murder. The prosecutor saying he would seek the death penalty. The prosecution revealing that Robinson's mother recognized him in these surveillance images. His parents and a family friend convincing Robinson to turn himself in.
Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders.
We're also learning more about text messages prosecutors say Robinson sent after the shooting, telling his roommate to look under his computer keyboard, where they found a note that contained a chilling message.
Quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
The prosecutor says the roommate later texted, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" And Robinson responded, "I am. I'm sorry." Adding, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out." Earlier in the day, FBI Director Kash Patel grilled by Democrats for his handling of the Kirk investigation, including a social media post he sent out prematurely, announcing a subject was in custody before later walking it back.
So that was a mistake.
I don't see it as a mistake. I see it as something working with the public to identify that there was a subject.
It comes as members of the Trump administration vow to punish Americans critical of Charlie Kirk following his murder. Overnight, former President Barack Obama speaking out about the killing and its aftermath, saying, quote, "At moments like this, when tensions are high, then part of the job of the president is to pull people together.
Well, for the last 6 months, NBC News, in collaboration with Stanford University, has been gathering extensive data on vaccination rates from counties in all 50 states. What we found is striking.
To go to Premier Charter School in St. Louis, students have to be up to date on their vaccines. And go. School nurse Virginia Wilson makes sure they are.
Right. So it's a big chunk of your job in the beginning of the school year.
It is my entire job at the beginning of the school year.
And she says it's getting harder.
How many kindergartners this year needed vaccines?
We're probably for our school, around like 20% need them.
NBC News medical unit and researchers at Stanford University crunched school immunization data from every state. In St. Louis City, from the 2010 school year to 2024, the number of kindergartners fully vaccinated against measles has dropped from nearly 90% to 74%.
We're just in a waiting phase before measles just comes and rocks the state of Missouri.
The vaccination rate is well below herd immunity and 3 points lower than Gaines County, Texas, the epicenter of a measles outbreak earlier this year.
I'm surprised and shocked, and it's scary.
Emily and Ryan Pratt's 9-year-old daughter Lucy has a potentially life-threatening autoimmune disease. Every month she gets an infusion to slow it down, and she takes daily medications that suppress her immune system, all the while going to 4th grade in a St. Louis public school.
She's doing normal elementary school kid things.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It's terrifying to have to choose and know that there's going to be risk no matter what we choose. One child or adult could cause an outbreak that she potentially would have life-threatening illnesses or complications from.
The vaccination rates in St. Louis City are especially low, but in a 6-month analysis of counties nationwide, NBC News discovered that since 2019, 77% of American counties have seen vaccination rates decline. In low-income areas, access to vaccines is a challenge, and that is combining with growing hesitancy.
It is playing Russian roulette with your babies.
Often spread by vaccine skeptics on social media.
I wholeheartedly believe in not vaccinating.
While in the federal government, U.S. Health Secretary RFK Jr. has publicly questioned the safety and efficacy of vaccines. He also recently dismissed an entire panel of vaccine experts and ousted the CDC director. In Missouri, the law mandates children be immunized to attend school unless they have a health or religious exemption. The St. Louis School District declined our request for an interview, but the district's head nurse told NBC News that schools are not strictly enforcing vaccination rules. They want kids to stay in the classroom instead. She tells us that last year there was a school where nearly 200 students were attending who were not fully vaccinated. In a statement, the school district told us it is actively working to address the issue, and their priority is the health and well-being of their students, while adding the real-world application of the vaccination policy can be challenging. The Pratt family would like to see more done.
There needs to be a concerted effort to say we need the vaccination rate to increase, and this is how we're going to do it.
Sounds like what you're looking for is a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to have a plan, yes.
And acknowledgement of the problem. I think to get a plan, we have to acknowledge there's a problem.
And now the world is remembering Robert Redford.
How do you do, old sport? I'm Gatsby.
For a generation, Robert Redford was the leading man, sharing the screen with the likes of Jane Fonda.
You're very nearly perfect.
It's a rotten thing to say.
Meryl Streep.
Farewell, farewell.
You're skipping verses.
Well, I leave out the dull parts.
And Barbra Streisand, a moment that needed no dialogue. Yes, he was charming and handsome, but another word defined Redford's career, Sundance.
Can't swim!
With Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Redford made his first big splash in 1969. His partner in crime, fellow blue-eyed actor Paul Newman. They teamed up again for The Sting.
He's not as tough as he thinks. Neither are we.
The thing I live for and always have lived for is creating art. So making films is the most important thing.
His passion for projects with substance pushed Redford behind the lens.
Really want to get a shot of the three of you men.
For his directing debut, Ordinary People, he won an Oscar.
I love not being in front of the camera for a change.
He directed 9 movies, including A River Runs Through It and Quiz Show, while lifting up other filmmakers through his festival, Sundance. Tonight, Hollywood is remembering the way he was. Jane Fonda writes, "I can't stop crying. He meant a lot to me and was a beautiful person in every way." And Barbra Streisand calls him one of the finest actors ever.
Hi, I'm Bob Woodward of the Washington Post.
Bob Woodward, the journalist Redford played in All the President's Men, says he was a noble and principled force for good who fought successfully to find and communicate the truth.
I've always liked the climb up. To me, that's the exciting part, not standing necessarily on the top.
Well, kid, you beat him. You're right, Henry. It's not enough. It's close.
An enduring legacy for the outlaw who became an icon. Joe Fryer, NBC News.
We'll be back in a moment.
Calvo Select Care's comprehensive medical provider network offers our members choice and access to quality facilities locally in Asia, Hawaii, and the continental United States. We provide our members several wellness programs and healthy options to improve their overall health status. The FY 2026 Gov Guam self-funded open enrollment starts September 16th and ends September 27th. Gov Guam employees and retirees enroll now.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
New crafted flats from Pizza Hut are just $5 each till 5 p.m. Choose from 5 handcrafted recipes you won't want to share.
Mom!
And you don't have to. The new crafted flats, just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. Only at Pizza Hut.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Buenas en Hafide Guam, Guahu si Francis Guerrero.
The Guahu si Colleen Blas. Welcome to another episode of Properties in the Tropics. Today, we're excited to show you this beautiful gem in the north, 142 Chalan Rosen Hongi in Jigo.
Tucked in a quiet neighborhood, this home is just minutes from the Anderson Air Force Base back gate.
This single-level home offers 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with over 1,300 square feet of living space.
Built in 1992, it features a 2-car carport, full fencing with a gate, and that laid-back island comfort we all love.
Step inside and you'll feel the warm, open layout. The kitchen, dining, and living area flow seamlessly together. The coastal tones? A perfect reminder you're living in the tropics.
To one side, you'll find the indoor laundry room, a shared bathroom, and 2 cozy bedrooms. Great for guests, kids, or a home office.
On the other side of the home is your private retreat. The spacious primary suite with walk-in closet and ensuite bath.
Outside, the paver patio invites island-style gatherings or quiet coffee moments. The yard is fenced and ready for your pets, garden, or even a future pool.
Looking for peace, space, and that tropical vibe? Well, this Jigo home checks all the boxes.
Let us show it to you in person. Reach out and schedule a private tour.
Thanks for joining us here on Properties in the Tropics. I'm Colleen Blas.
And I'm Francis Guerrero.
With RE/MAX Diamond Realty. Need to rent, buy, or sell? We can help. And we're just a phone call away.
Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Francis Guerrero.
And Colleen Blas with RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Properties in the Tropics is presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view of Bear Rockin' in Alahan.
One fine day when I was walking down the road.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
I thought you worked in his house.
Oh, I'm wherever he needs to fuel up. Oh, Cantina chicken burrito.
Thanks, Todd.
That's the way to do it.
You know what? Let me actually get something to wash that down with, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Easy. Appreciate it.
You've made a powerful enemy, Todd.
I didn't mean.
We are talking America's pastime, and by that merit, Guam's pastime too. We're talking about baseball, and we have 3 generations of one of the greatest baseball families in our island's history. We have 3 Alcantara boys. We have Rocky Alcantara Sr. over there on the right. Junior is on the left, representing Mighty Purple. Shout out. And then Deuce Alcantara in the middle, the next greatest second baseman and outfielder at this point, right, Deuce?
Yes.
Okay, between second base and outfield, which is your favorite?
Outfield.
Outfield? Okay, you can throw all the way to home from like way out there, right? Okay, well, it is a wonderful time, and our island loves to celebrate, excellence, and of course, our island virtue of respect. Mr. Alcantara, we are giving you all of the very, very overdue respect because you have that amazing award that is in your lap right now. You have been inducted into the Babe Ruth Hall of Fame. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jason.
Okay. This is something that should have happened like a long time ago because you've been literally in the game and administering the game and teaching young people the game. How many years, Isla?
That's correct.
40?
Over 50 years. I started in 1974. And
the year I was born.
yes. And then, up to now. So that's over 50, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Started as the president of the 16 to 18-year-olds, and then in 2002, I was appointed the commissioner for Kauripkin, Babe Ruth in Guam as the state commissioner.
Okay, and do hold it down just a little bit lower when Grandpa said, yeah, thank you. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, and Mr. Alcantara, sports on Guam have changed so much. I mean, it's in wonderful ways because now we've got, mixed martial arts and paddling and rugby and wrestling, and young people have so many different choices, right? Baseball was such a huge part of our island sports community. It took a little bit of a dip, and that's what Junior was telling me like a while back. But it's been back in recent years and in incredible ways. So how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it makes me feel very, very proud that it's back again. It's been dwindling down for a while, but it's coming back again because there's a lot of players out there. There's a lot of kids that want to play baseball now. There's a lot of competition going on. Regional tournaments in California, World Series, tournaments. And I know there's other tournaments from the other leagues that are in the Asia area.
And the caliber for Guam has always been very, very high.
Guam is exceptional. Mm-hmm. I mean, it used to be where when we go to a regional tournament, it's okay because we're just challenging Guam, So now it's not what they're saying. It's they want to challenge Guam now because the competition is there now.
We're going to give you all you can handle,
Definitely.
all 9 innings.
Definitely.
Okay, so Rocky bro, let's let's talk about you because, of course, Dad has been teaching kids from a very young age and everything like that. Sure. You have taken on the mantle in recent years of instructing kids at the collegiate level, and you talk about, giving kids opportunities to get an education, to play, go national team, and maybe even, to the next level.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing, man, just being a part of the baseball community here on the island and just, helping see it through with my dad here. He's been a very big inspiration and he's been very instrumental for the sport on our island for decades. So, I just want to try and fill those shoes as best as I can and, help the community, grow. And again, the sport, like grow it back basically. Because, yes, like my pop said, a lot of international competition going on. We have other organizations that are sending a lot of teams overseas to compete. So it's truly a blessing and it's wonderful to see.
Tell me what, I've interviewed you like half a dozen times in the last couple of years. I never asked you this. What was it like growing up in the Alcantara household? Because I'm assuming like on Sunday mornings, get up, make rice, go to church, go to the ballpark.
With all my brothers growing up, you couldn't get us away from the ball, the baseball. Or I recall just playing in the yard and hitting balls into the windows and cracking them, and mom and dad just getting upset at us because one problem after another when it came to it. So one of my brothers came up with the idea of crumpling like 10 sheets of paper and duct taping it. So that ended up being the safer way to play ball around the house. No more cracked windows after that.
Well, Mr. Alcantara, I'm from Dedido, and the way we got around that was we actually replaced all the glass doors with screen doors. The screen door still broke, but it was not as expensive as glass, obviously.
Yeah, but it was truly just amazing to see how my parents managed all four of us growing up in different age groups and different games in different locations. And I remember mom having to do like 4 different types of potluck for our games and stuff. So it was crazy because again we're all in different teams and having to can't be at all the games, so they have to pick and choose which one. Dad's going around checking in on all the other games. So
Mr. Alcantara, what was doing laundry like in your house? Because you got all those different uniforms, and including yourself.
Well, yeah, definitely the laundry is very very important, and then good thing that my wife is there to take care of those those things. That so definitely with the boys that we have, it's very challenging for us every year because when they are selected for All-Star games, and we have to fundraise and do all kinds of things to make sure that they go with the team, and then four players at a time is really rough.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
From spicy doni in Talafofo to fresh caught aquaculture fish in Mangilao, Guam's farmers brought the harvest, and some of our island's top chefs turned it into a feast. Last night, the Hyatt's Grand Ballroom came alive with the sights, sounds, and flavors of Myla Tafanchesa, where every dish told a story of village pride, local produce, and island sustainability. Nevaeh Anderson was there and files this report.
It's been called the best food event of the year, and for good reason. Chefs from across the island gathered under one roof for the return of Myla Tafanchesa, showcasing their creativity with local ingredients and some brand new partnerships this time around. Micronesian Chefs Association President Peter Duenas shares more about this year's event.
Well, basically we work with the local farmers. We come out with like 6 locally farmed items, and the chefs are tasked to create and prepare specialty culinary dishes using their creativity and their experience as top chefs in Guam.
From Lemay and Manzanita to Agat, Doni, Niduk, and Calamansi, farmers from villages across the island shared their harvest for the creation of the night's dishes. And in a new twist, chefs were also challenged to highlight tilapia grown by the University of Guam's aquaponics program.
This year is a little different because we partnered up with UOG, Sea Grant, and their Center for Sustainability, and we were able to incorporate tilapia as a locally farmed item as well, which is great. So every chef is now using tilapia combined with a locally farmed item that they were tasked to work with.
From Mezcla to Hyatt, Dusatani, Primo Pizzacaya, and the Subaki Towers, culinary teams plated up bold flavors. But this year wasn't just about seasoned professionals. Student chefs from JFK and GCC's Pro Start programs also joined the teams.
This year is also very unique because we partnered with American Culinary Federation Guam chapter. We partnered up with the GCC Culinary Pro Start program, high school students, which is excellent.
That collaboration was a chance to support local farmers while inspiring chefs and future chefs alike to make farm to table a part of their daily menus.
So this kind of was a way for us to get chefs to work with things that they're not normally working with, and therefore inspire them to prepare these specialty items in their restaurant. More and more chefs work with local farmers on a regular basis than they did 15 years ago. And I'm not talking about just watermelon and cucumber. They're buying an array of items, and chefs are working directly with farmers to kind of tailor what they want grown so they can buy it.
That same farm-to-table spirit carried into aquaculture with UOG's aquaponics program, showing what sustainable food production looks like, from fish to leafy greens. Aquaculture specialist at UOG, David Crisostomo, breaks down the evening's raffle prize, an aquaponics system.
So it's a combination of aquaculture, which is growing fish or aquatic organisms, and then growing terrestrial plants in an aquatic setting. That would be hydroponics. We combine the two systems and we get aquaponics. And so we developed this system to suit our needs here on Guam with our environment. This is intended to be an outdoor system, and it is intended to be a way to produce food for an individual family.
Families can raise about 100 pounds of fish per year and harvest 30 pounds of fresh greens every 2 months. So far, 20 systems have been installed across Guam, with funding to add 100 more.
And so this is all going towards food security for the island and sustainability, because these systems regenerate the water from the fish. They utilize the waste. We take out the solid particles and give the rest of the waste to the plants. The plants strip out all of the nutrients from the waste, return cleaner water back to the fish. And so it keeps going around in a cycle like that.
For chefs, the lead up to the event was both a challenge and a thrill.
It's nice, it's fun. It's kind of a rush to try to get something out there and put it out there for people to try.
And guests were abuzz with excitement, visiting each booth for a taste of the team's creations.
I'm really interested in all the farmers' produce that was given out today. Shout out to Mezcla. I really love the drinks that they provided. So Dusatani has lamb, and I'm a big lamb guy. I'm a lamb, yeah. I'm really a meat, so super excited.
And for families like the Manabusans, it was about more than just tasting dishes. It was about watching the next generation of chefs rise to the challenge.
This is our first year attending, and we think it's awesome. The food is wonderful, and my son, ProStar, did an awesome job.
Yes, this is my first year, so yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Here to support my son, and hopefully he finds a career in this.
It was a very stressful experience at first, but it's gotten easier and it's become more fun now that I'm here. Tried the other ones and I've been really impressed so far.
From established chefs to students, from farms to aquaponics tanks, Mailata Francesa was more than just a showcase of food. It was a taste of Guam's future on the table. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
All right, your birthday shout-outs coming up next. Keep it here.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles. They'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here. Hey everybody, it is Thursday, so you know what that means? We are one day closer to the weekend, which means we are one day closer to college football, all right? My favorite sport, and look who I'm representing today. My Sun Devils, all right? Horns up. We play Baylor this week, so that's going to be a good one. Shout out to my friend Tracy Perez, who also graduated from Arizona State, as well as everybody out there. Olympian Joey Green, you know, he went to Arizona, so there's a little bit of chippiness, but hey, bear down. All the Arizona teams are really, really good. And lots going on, so make sure to enjoy college football, all of the things. And make sure to enjoy story time, please, because this is a time-honored tradition where wonderful stories, entertaining stories, life lessons, morals are passed down from masters to a younger generation. And the one thing I really, really love about this, you guys, the way Storytime has been organized by our friends at the Lions Club District 204, is that you can even participate on Zoom from the comfort of your own home. You know, if you're taking like a long drive, maybe you live in Jigo and you're going all the way down to Big Navy to buy supplies at the commissary, you can join on Zoom safely. And everybody can enjoy Storytime, so the whole family can get involved in it. Wonderful stories, again, important stories, and we really want you guys to register and participate in this. I love Storytime. I used to be at the library every single Saturday for Storytime. Can you tell I like Storytime? And can you tell I like college football? All right, that's been firmly established. All right, Legacy of Hope is something incredibly important to our island community, and the brunch gala is coming up. Please make sure to get involved, because this is going to be on the 19th, starting at 11 in the morning over at the Nico. $75 for kids, only 40. Or I'm sorry, 75 for adults, only 40 for kids, and we are planting the seeds of hope and healing. Our friends at Catholic Social Services provide so many critical things for Guam. You know, whether it's taking care of our Manumko, providing food for people that need it, but certainly Legacy of Hope is one thing. So thank you to our friends at Catholic Social Services. I'm going to catch up with those guys and find out more about Legacy of Hope. All right, I've been telling you about the Zombie Run. October 11th is right around the corner, everybody. So get your best costumes and then wear them over there, because the face painting is free, right? The haunted house is free. The run is awesome, regardless of, depending which cat. Did I mention the face painting? Yes, I did. The popcorn is free, the snow cones are free, and smiles are free. You know, my coworker Betty Ann says that all the time. Please smile, because smiles are free and kindness goes a long way. And our friends over at the Zombie Run, this is brought to you by our friends at the Children's Ark. And that's all my friends down at Remax, and they do things for the island community. Very, very wonderful, because they are going to help kids in unfortunate situations. So, all right, that's coming up. And then your game of the week. I'm talking about college right now, right? I'm wearing the goods, but then pros are coming up. And we got a good one for you on KUAM TV8 and on Peacock, because the Kansas City Chiefs, chasing another Super Bowl appearance, possibly a ring, they are traveling to the city that never sleeps. There's a couple cities that never sleep. Honolulu never sleeps, right? But they are traveling to the Giants. And I said this last night, and I'm going to say it again. I really, really want to see Jameis Winston under center, because I've been following him ever since he led Florida State to a championship way back. I at least want Jameis Winston to be mic'd up, because the dude is hilarious. I mean, whatever the guy was going to do after he hangs up his cleats, whether he's going to be an analyst, whether he's going to be an influencer, whether he's got his own YouTube channel. I mean, everything that comes out of famous Jameis's mouth is gold. And it's super, super funny. But make sure that you watch that game. Chiefs, Giants, big time. Really, really good game. Live, KUAM, Peacock. That's all you need to know. What you need to know now is whose birthday it is today. I wonder. Jada Arsablon Diego, happy birthday to you on this 18th of September, and love, hugs, and blessings from the whole Mac Shock clan. Have a happy, blessed birthday event, all of your friends and family say. And John Paul Jones Jr., happy 11th birthday to my baby boy, who has grown into such an incredible and helpful person. Nice! Be helpful to the family. That's an amazing trait. Don't ever give up, your shout out says, no matter the struggle, and all of your family and your friends say, John Paul Jones Jr., we love you. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your Primetime Show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.